after I did my video of the only 5 fragrances that every woman needs, so many of you guys had reached out to me and asked me to do an affordable version of that video. So here we are today. I'm doing an affordable version of the only 5 fragrances that you need to buy, the affordables. So $50 US and under, that's the benchmark that I'm using. You can find some really great smelling scents that do smell quite expensive and upscale around that price point. So for any of you ladies who are looking to build your fragrance collection and you don't know where to start, you're working with a little bit of a budget, here are the fragrances that'll get you started. I have 2 in each category and these will have you covered for life. So you know, there's a whirlwind of fragrances out there. We start buying, you end up with shelves and shelves of fragrances. Maybe don't end up reaching for them. If you want to avoid that, you only want to have a handful that you do wear that will cover you for any occasion, then I got you. If you're new here, my name is Yana. This is The Scented. We do all the fragrance things. I also run a decant shop called thescented.ca. It's exclusive for all my viewers. So that's available to you guys if you wanted to sample any fragrances that I'm mentioning here today or any fragrances in general. Let's jump right in. The first category is our sexy date night scents. So I have 2 very different scent profiles to share with you guys. The very first one is Nina Ricci Rose Extase. This is a beautiful, sweet, playful kind of powdered sugar, rose and raspberry scent. There's musk in here as well, vanilla, but it's a little bit powdery. This is for a girly girl that likes to dress up, wear a little mini skirt, a mini dress. This gives Emily in Paris all the way. So if that's the kind of vibe that you're going for, this fragrance would be right up your alley. It is compared to Delina. Personally, I find this one way better than Delina. It doesn't have any sharp edges, just a very powdery, smooth, pleasant, sweet, rosy scent. Perfect for brunch dates, perfect for any casual kind of dates. It's very flirty and super likable. But if you're not a rose kind of girl and you want something a little bit more warm and less flirty, more intense, I would recommend Zara from the Tobacco collection. This is actually marketed towards men. It's rich, warm, addictive. This is one of the most hyped fragrances from Zara. This smells enticing and actually super unisex. Like, I prefer the scent on women and a lot of men love this scent on women. They go nuts. The one that I have has rum and peony and it almost smells like a little bit of a coffee liqueur. Oh, this is a perfect evening date night scent. There is no actual tobacco in here, so if that note scares you, it's not in here. It's kind of a sweet, slightly boozy, like almost espresso martini vibes. Very, very sexy. I think this runs for about $30. The current one that they have at Zara does smell identical to this. Mine's from a couple years ago. Now you'll need a Freshie. That is exactly what it sounds like. It's a fresh fragrance that just makes you feel like you're out of the shower, clean, and it's just for those days that you literally want to feel clean and nothing else. Maybe for whatever reason, you're just not in the mood to smell like a legit fragrance and you just want that cleanliness. So the first one is Elizabeth Arden White Tea. I cannot believe that this fragrance is about $30. This smells like the most luxurious spa experience. It's crisp. It's a crisp white linen robe. You're sitting at the most fancy spa. You just had your treatment and you're relaxing, having a cup of tea. This is what it smells like. In terms of notes, it has sea notes, so it has a little bit of an aquatic freshness. There's a tiny bit of citrus. There is white tea, of course, a little bit of powdery iris and ambrette, which gives a soft, musky sweetness. Those are the dominant notes in the scent. It's super easy and extremely clean. But if you prefer maybe a little bit of a sweeter scent, a little bit different than what a standard Freshie would offer, I would suggest Dolce & Gabbana L'Impératrice. This smells like watermelon and strawberries. It is fresh, it's very airy. It doesn't smell just like those fruits. It really has a crispness to it. There's some light florals in here. There's a clear peony note, musk. This is very girly as well. This is quite a unique Freshie, not your standard just plain old white shirt Freshie. I imagine being on a yacht somewhere and just sitting out and eating fruits and enjoying the sunshine. You have long flowy hair. This is a girly girl scent. So there's your Freshies. Now we have to move on to Now you need a work fragrance, something that you can wear to the office or whatever place of work you may be at, unless it's obviously a sensitive work environment where no fragrances are allowed. These fragrances will not offend anyone. They aren't too loud. They are enough to be smelled and be pleasant. but nobody will be bothered by your scent, and it's just the perfect professional touch to your outfit. The first one that I would recommend is Miu Miu Twist. This is quite an underrated fragrance, but it smells a lot like the very expensive Byredo Bal d'Afrique. I would say maybe 65 to 70% similar. There is a dominant note of apple blossom in here. There is cedar, tonka amber. Really, it smells just like a slightly more peppery, more fruity Bal d'Afrique. It smells very crisp. This is a very easy wearing, pleasant scent. It would go with any outfit. It would go with any work environment. It's inoffensive and it smells unique, and you will smell quite expensive. The next one is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. I prefer the flankers. You can go for the original. That one's very, very popular and well known and worn by many people. I have Love and Capri. It's a really crisp, beautiful, airy, citrus scent, a little bit of musk. There's bamboo in this fragrance as well. Apple, you know, it's again a very office appropriate scent. Actually, I had a cleaning lady that wore this fragrance and it smelled really nice on her. Now, she did spray a lot, she was covering her smoke, but it didn't bother me. It actually smelled really nice with my house being clean. This fragrance smells very clean, and it is technically a Freshie, but I'm including it as a workplace scent because it is perfectly workplace appropriate. It's not just a Freshie. And if you guys are thinking Dolce & Gabbana is not a cheapie, what are you talking about, Yana? If you guys are buying Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue at Sephora or any department store, you need to immediately stop because this fragrance is like $30 on resellers online like Fragrance Buy, Fragrance Net, and whatnot. I will have everything linked for you guys, but I guarantee you every single fragrance in this list can be had for $50 US and under. Now you'll need your Easy Reach fragrance. This is a fragrance that you can mindlessly grab every day. It will never bother you. It's just something that's comfortable, potentially signature scent worthy, and just when you don't want to think about it, you grab it, you go, and you never regret your decision. And the first one is Prada Candy. This is an incredible scent that does smell quite luxe and mature. The dominant notes here are caramel and powdery notes, but to me, it smells like it almost has a little bit of an almondy facet. The caramel is not super sweet. It's actually very light and airy, almost like a caramel, if you were to make like cotton candy out of a caramel candy. That's what it smells like. It doesn't really smell super sweet, so the name doesn't suit the fragrance. It is more of an elegant, powdery scent with a gentle, airy sweetness. And I reach for this one myself all the time. The entire candy line is beautiful, and I think for the price point, one of the best fragrances you could ever get. But if you find Prada Candy maybe too mature, you don't like super powdery scents, and that just isn't your vibe, then I would recommend you Mont Blanc Signature for her. This is a marshmallowy, uplifting, citrusy scent. So it has clementine in here. It's a very bright, happy scent. It almost has like a soap bubbly quality on a marshmallowy cloud. This is super comfortable, very, very cozy. It just feels like you're wearing a fuzzy little sweater. Oh, and the little creamy citrus nuance in here reminds me a little bit of those orange Campino candies from way back when. This is such a lovely scent, again, for the price point. Mont Blanc actually makes really nice smelling fragrances at a really affordable price. So almost all the ones I've smelled from Mont Blanc, I liked how they smelled, men's and women's. And finally, we need a bougie fragrance. Now, affordable, bougie, how are we gonna do that? We're not talking about dupes in this video, but we are talking about fragrances that can smell quite expensive. And the first one, of course, is so popular, and it's Ariana Grande Cloud. I have them both. Now, this is really known to be similar in scent profile to Baccarat Rouge 540, although a little bit more coconutty, whipped creamy, but that sweetness and just the overall vibe is undeniably similar. I do prefer Cloud 2.0, so this is the one that I would personally recommend. This one has a little bit more creaminess, still has that Baccarat Rouge vibe, but it's not a dupe. It's not, I don't think it's even intended to be identical to that. It is very popular, but it does smell quite luxe and very cozy, very likable. You know, you will get compliments with this scent. You can wear this easily to a fancy event and still get noticed. And for me, the main difference that I notice with the Cloud Intense versus the original, this one is creamier. It's a little bit more woody, and I do prefer this scent profile. It's not quite as sweet to my nose. But if you want something a little bit more mature, you know, Cloud, it does appeal more to a little bit of a younger audience. And if you just want to level up a little bit more, I would recommend Al Haramain's Junoon Noir. This is a stunning, incredible fragrance that smells super expensive. This one does have a little bit of a vibe of Xerjoff's Dama Bianca. To me, this smells like the little dusted powder a little bit on juicy fruit gum. That mixed in with a beautiful vanilla. There's orris, which smells kind of buttery and powdery as well. There's a note of kumquat, which is a type of citrus. And altogether, this blend has a very, very unique scent and it smells very rich. To me, this is a night out somewhere at a fancy restaurant overlooking the harbor. It's like a very intimate, upscale event or date. This fragrance would suit it perfectly. It would also suit a quiet night in, but it smells bougie AF. Like, I can't believe this is, well, I'm Canadian, so I paid $60 for it. So it will be 50 US or even less. It's wild. So there you have it, ladies. That is the entire list of the only 5 affordable fragrances that you'll ever need. I have 2 in each category that you can pick and choose, and surely you will find the ones that suit you. This list doesn't include any dupes because that would be sending us into a whole different rabbit hole. There are tons and tons of dupes, and that's not what this video is about. But if you do want to see a dupes video, like the same idea but with dupes, drop me a comment, let me know. And let me know as well your favorite affordable fragrance. I will be sure to check it out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.